remember back in the days, we used to go to different clubs and stuff, and people used to ask you for your autograph, and I'm looking at like, this my boy, like what y'all doing? He ain't. But to them, you was Djroyce, bro. You had the crowd, like you controlled the club. So people saw you as an icon, kind of.
Yeah, and you don't realize that until, like, when you're in the moment, you don't. It's just like you're in the moment. You don't really. You don't. Listen. There's a lot of people that we've met, that we've seen. I'm lucky. I am blessed that I was able to see some of the icons and people that I grew up listening to as a kid perform and meet and talk and rock the same stage with. And there's not a lot of people that can say, like, I think my list now, I think there's only 2 DJs left that I haven't either rocked with or did a show. It's Pete Rock, which will happen. I'm going to put it in the air.
In the air, bro.
And Jazzy Jeff. Everyone else I rock with. Everyone from Clue to Capri, who was just here too last night.
Loud on 7.
Clue, like I've either rocked on stage beforehand. I opened up DJ Scratch when Busta Rhymes. Listen, my list is good. I have 2 more left on my list that hopefully one day I can either open up. I'll do a show or something like that. But
bro, you gonna get it, though. You gonna get it. Just be patient. You gonna get it, man. You a humble dude and you a good man, bro. You gonna get it. All right. Let's get to this next topic that a lot of people online and a lot of people don't know. I got to start linking my Velvet Couch Chat page to my Facebook, but so many people go on that page and ask me questions. But you guys don't get to see it. Only I get to see it.
Let's go.
So all right, man. First, you know these from girls. Are you married?
No, I'm not married.
You're not married.
Hopefully one day.
Okay. But, is that you don't want to get married right now, or what's the deal?
Nah, when it's in the plan, it's in the plan. You're not the one that.
Okay. So one chick say you're a DJ. You probably got a lot of baby mamas. You have any kids?
Stress. No, I do not have any kids.
No kids? Okay. All right. What's your preference in women? White or black? It ain't a race thing. Just want to know.
I don't have a preference in women. I feel like I'm an international toe curler. Like I don't discriminate. Like, you know, it doesn't make. You know what? People that do that, that put themselves in a box. Like, you only date white women. You only date black. You put yourself in a box. Like, everything is about experience. Every culture you're gonna learn from something. But I'm an international toe curler.
Are we gonna rewind that? Say that again. You're
international toe curler. That's what I do. I'll make sure the toes curling. I'll make sure the toes throwing gang signs. That's what we're supposed to do.
Okay.
You want to put yourself in a box. You're in second place.
All right. This is a question I'm asking you. Is there any difference in the women in Tampa and the women in New York?
Yes, there's a difference in the women in Tampa and the women in New York.
Can you explain?
Women in New York are very strong-minded, strong-willing, don't take shit. There's an expectation that's a little bit higher. Very difficult to approach. So when you do approach them, even if you approach them correctly, they're still looking at you like you're trying to run like SBA fraud on them. But you just got to come correct. They're not used to any men from like the South, Southern gentlemen. They look at us like we're aliens because we do have a little bit of a different swag. Being from kind of both sides, I know how it is when somebody from New York comes up to you, and then when somebody from the South comes up to you and you run whatever, you know,
for sure,
representation of yourself too with a female. But yeah, it's no different. It's just they're just it's the city. The city, when you land in New York and you get off the terminal, the second that cold wind hits your face, you become a different person, and then that's it. Like, you move a little faster, you talk a little faster, you don't take the bullshit, your patience shrinks a little bit more, and that's just what the city does. Down here it's a little bit more laid back. Women down here a little bit like they accept a little bit more of the BS. They play around a little bit more, but it's just a matter of.
That's crazy that you said that. I was interviewing Christina Kelly, and she said, I asked her the difference between the guys up north and the guys down here.
I saw the video.
And she talking about the guys down here you can play with a little bit more. Almost what you said, something about playing with, or they play down here. they're more serious up north than down here?
I don't even think it's a more serious. It's just a matter of, I think it's just the culture of the city versus the culture of how down here it's cold up there. So you don't want to be December and you sitting here cuddling with you got the velvet pillow.
Yeah.
Right? You don't want to be. It's cold up there.
For
Summertime is hot. You get on your nerve. AC broke. Get out of the way.
Yeah.
It's different. It's just different.
Okay.
Like I'm attracted to both. Like I'm attracted to the way that New York women are beautiful. The up north women are beautiful. They have a different swag. Philly women will put you on your back.
Wow.
Like a Philly woman is a tough breed,
Wow.
but it's loyal. But it's just because of what they come from. It's just the environment. South women are beautiful. Girls from Miami, girls from Fort Lauderdale, women from in the South. It's just different. They tolerate just a different type of guy.
I'm gonna ask you some of these questions, and I'm gonna say the first name and the initial of the last name, because you might know who it is asking these questions. Because when I put Djroyce and I added you,
Yeah.
a lot of people was, oh, Djroyce, ask him this, say this, say this, say this.
Yeah,
So they was going crazy. All right, boom, boom, boom. Jessica D, are you single?
No, I'm not single.
Oh, you're not single. Okay. All right. Does being a DJ bring all the women? Jessica D, this is the second part of her question. Does it bring, being a DJ, does it bring a lot of women?
Yeah, it can. It brings a lot of attention. It's just because there's a lot of women, there's a lot of attention. People are coming to you for whatever their reason for coming up to you. It could be because they want to kick it to you. It could be because of they see the aura that you bring, or it could be because you get me in free. You get me free drinks. So it's whatever they want or their perception of you. Like it's up to you to figure out which way or what you want to accept or what you don't want to accept. Me, none of that stuff bothered me because it wasn't like some people. They weren't popular or they were quiet as a kid and then they became a DJ and now all of a sudden they have a lot of attention. Yeah. Unfortunately, I grew up and kind of knew a lot of people anyway. Yeah. So doing this just added on to the people. So it didn't change, the person that I was from the. So you were still catching Royce. There is a difference though between DJ Royce and regular Royce
for sure.
And Royce Bonaventure corporate.
Yeah.
There's different hats, and for the ones that hit me with a different hat, you know the difference. When you hit me on that business and it was about music and you got Royce Bonaventure that don't play.
Incorporated.
LLC. Get it right.
All right.
So,
Okay, question from William G. How often do you have to turn down women?
The mic decided to turn off.
You was whispering, bro.
Because I'm asking the question to myself. I don't know how to answer that question.
Okay,
because it's
well, let me ask you a question then. Do you have to turn down women for like sex or for like encounters? Like, do you have to turn down women at the club?
Like, there's people that will come on to you. Like, if you're saying people come on to you, yeah, people gonna come on to you. I don't know. Like, for some reason, like big girls like me. I don't know what it is. Like, it's okay. Like, I take big girls need love too. It doesn't mean that I'm 100% like I'm gonna take you home. Like, I have a king size bed doesn't mean I want to fill it up. But it's one of those things. But it's all love. It's all play.
All right.
Like, if people talk to me, they want to talk to me. They want to get to know me. I'm a different kind of breed. Like, if you can't keep me like mentally like stimulated, I get bored really, really easy. So I'm picky like that. So if I take interest in somebody, it's because there's something about them that I take interest.
Okay. All right, George G. What's the craziest thing you've ever encountered at the club with women? In parentheses, with women.
Good job.
Okay. Talk about it, bro. Talk about it.
It's crazy because like we've done so many shows. Man, I'm fortunate to say I've done shows with freaking 2 Live Crew.
Yep.
And that's all I gotta say.
Yep.
You don't know who 2 Live Crew is?
Say less.
Go on YouTube, look up 2 Live Crew, and I've done a show with 2 Live Crew. I've opened up, and I had my groups go on stage with this, and like, you know how to step up your game show-wise when them boys go on stage and do a show. Yeah. So like craziest encounters, it's got to get broken down in like
It's
different
too many.
categories. Too
It's too
many.
many.
Like you got to tell me if it was a dangerous encounter, if it was a fun encounter, if it was a crazy encounter. I've been through it all. It ain't pretty much nothing I ain't see.
Okay, hey, nah, that was good. That answered. All right, man, you like are you private? What's your circle of friends like? What's your circle like?
Very, very good question.
Mm-hmm.
For everyone out there, the older you get, the smaller that circle gets. I'm gonna say it one more time. I'm gonna take the glasses off you.
Rewind.
The older you get, the smaller that circle gets. There was a time, I don't have my phone because we ain't allowed to have the phone up here for quality assurance. There was a time that my phone would not stop ringing from Wednesday through Sunday. Monday crickets, Tuesday crickets, Wednesday morning to the afternoon crickets, then Wednesday night, Thursday, blow up like nitro. So when stuff happens, you know who your friends are when you catch a flat tire at 3 o'clock in the morning in the street and you look at your phone and you be like, damn, who can I call? Who's gonna come out to come in and get me? Could be the same people that's sitting there asking you to get into a club and this and that on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. You try to hit them up to say, yo, I'm on 275, tire blown out, crickets. So my circle has definitely been smaller. It's not a bad thing. It's something that you learn. Sometimes you learn it the hard way.
Yeah.
Like who are the people that are really there? Who are the people that actually like you for you, and not because of a status, or not because of a title, or not because of something. But you know, I try my best to be the type of person to look out for anyone that's around me. Like I do my best to try to find the best in people, because I would only want that to be, you know, regurgitated back to me. Like you look at me like, oh, he's just not this. There's more to him than just Djroyce, and that's hard because sometimes people only see that one side of you. So when we were doing other businesses and other things, they only say, oh, he's just a DJ. He's not really a producer. Oh, he's just a producer. He really can't rap. Knowing that I was writing and rapping most people's stuff for God knows how long, right? Oh, he could really get on. Yeah, I could really get on stage and still do it better than most of the people that are on. So it's just like, I understand like the frustrations of how like people like Kanye be like, oh, they only see me in one light, and I can do fashion, I can do this, I can do that. Or Tyler Perry, that's like, oh, he can only do this. And no, homie can write, he can produce, he can direct. So it's just like never keep people in a box. Like, and I just never wanted to be in a box or be one aspect. So.
Okay. All right, man. I know listen. You've dealt with so many artists, man. It's ridiculous. Like, you dealt with some of the hottest artists in the city, from in town, out of town. Like, has any of your artists like ever made it big? Any of like really blew up?
We have a lot of artists that we work with. It's kind of a double-edged sword, because you look at it from the aspect of we were around when there was only 2 radio stations, right? There was only 2 radio stations at the time. I'm not even going to mention the radio stations, but there was only 2 radio stations at the time. One that's still on, the other one is still on as well, but they didn't play a lot of hip hop. And well, they would play hip hop, but they wouldn't play a lot of people that were local. South Florida, you have 99 Jams, Power 96, and a whole bunch of other radio stations down there that played that Miami bass, that Miami bass, and a lot of that stuff that looked like it was local music, that turned regional. Splat Packs, your early Trick Daddies and this and that. That wasn't getting national radio. That was getting pushed in South Florida. So when I came here and I felt like the scene here locally was playing the Tom G's, the Kayas, the Rated R's, the Underdogs, the LKs, you know what I'm saying, the Little Keys, you know what I'm saying, the Strizzles, and I'm gonna leave some people out. I'm gonna don't you know what I'm saying, don't yell at me, but you know, we there was a movement that was going on in the early 2000s, and DJs and artists in this market took over the market, did what they needed to do without radio.
Mm.
Radio was the icing on the cake. But when it came to radio and people that were giving people opportunities, I felt like we were part of that movement to, you know, if we couldn't get on one station, then we would bust our ass to get onto the other station, and then because of the way that we work, we got on a station that people didn't think that we would be able to get on rhythmic station and stuff like that. So it's just a different, just a different way of just going at it. But yeah, I feel like I work with a lot of people that were considered local that now became regional, that became national.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? From your Tom G's to your Swizzle. Look at Swizzle now. Swizzle is on tour, has been on tour pre-pandemic, post-pandemic,
Yep.
and Key and all these other people, and you have your Active Fools, and you have all these people that put music down and did what they needed to do and came back. I was just happy to be a part of their movement, their situation, and be able to give my 2 cents and being like, hey, I think you should push this record versus this record, or I'm gonna push this record and I'm gonna play it. And I've always been the type of guy like, I don't even want your money. You know what I'm saying? I never wanted your $20 wasn't worth my crowd. I'd rather tell you, hey, this ain't gonna work. And I'm gonna tell you why it don't work. And for the ones that know the stories of coming into my club, I'm saying, listen, they ain't gonna rock with us. It's not mixed right. It's not this. It's not that. I would give you the reasons why it's not gonna work right. Too slow of a tempo, this, that, and the third. The ones that took the feedback and made it work was great.